This is a response to the Kavanaugh hearings, but more specifically to Senator Lindsey Graham's outburst, which I'll include some clips from in a moment. I am frankly astonished at the entire thing. It was a debacle from beginning to end. The Democrats, I think, handled the allegations poorly and the timing poorly. I think Republicans handled the publication of the allegations poorly and didn't initially accord the respect to Dr. Ford that was required, and indeed in the case of some, like our dear president, never really accorded her much respect at all. I don't think anybody really came out of the situation looking very good. Brett Kavanaugh certainly doesn't have the trust of a great number of Americans from this situation, but I think I want to reserve a special place in this response for Lindsey Graham. I have many times been impressed by Senator Graham's reasonableness and thoughtfulness, and I don't think there's anything wrong with him on the whole, but this particular moment showed a blindness which I think is frankly astonishing. So let's show some quick clips from his speech at the Kavanaugh hearings.
Did you meet with Senator Dianne Feinstein on August 20th?
I did meet with Senator Feinstein.
Did you know that her staff had already recommended a lawyer to Dr. Ford?
I did not know that.
Did you know that her and her staff had this allegations for over 20 days?
I did not know that at the time.
If you wanted an FBI investigation, you could have come to us. What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open, and hope you win in 2020. You've said that, not me. You've got nothing to apologize for. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics. And if you really wanted to know the truth, you sure as hell wouldn't have done what you've done to this guy. Are you a gang rapist?
No.
I cannot imagine what you and your family have gone through. Boy, y'all want power. God, I hope you never get it. I hope the American people can see through this sham, that you knew about it and you held it. You had no intention of protecting Dr. Ford. None. She's as much of a victim as you are. This is not a job interview.
Yeah.
This is hell. This is going to destroy the ability of good people to come forward because of this crap. Your high school yearbook. You have interacted with professional women all your life, not one accusation. You're supposed to be Bill Cosby when you're a junior and senior in high school. And all of a sudden you got over it. It's been my understanding that if you drug women and rape them for 2 years in high school, you probably don't stop. To my Republican colleagues, if you vote no, you're legitimizing the most despicable thing I have seen in my time in politics. You want this seat? I hope you never get it. I hope you're on the Supreme Court. That's exactly where you should be. And I hope that the American people will see through this charade. And I wish you well, and I intend to vote for you, and I hope everybody who's fair-minded will.
Senator Graham is outraged. The Senate Democrats have made this into hell for Judge Kavanaugh. Well, I am outraged that Senator Graham has made this entire hearing into validating the honesty and forthrightness of a white male judge. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like a referendum of. Not on the truth or falsity of a specific story, but the fact that someone who seems as honest and caring as Judge Kavanaugh could never have done what he is accused of doing. That if he has been honest for his entire adult life, that he never could have been irresponsible as a teenager, what kind of statement is that? And more specifically, the part which most appalls me is when Graham says, apparently referring to people like Kavanaugh, he says to Senate Democrats, you have made it harder for good people to step forward. I'm sorry, but for every Judge Kavanaugh, who has to step aside because of allegations like this. There will be 100 people, 100 good and qualified people wanting to fill his shoes. There will never be a shortage of people wanting to be on the Supreme Court or in the Senate or in the House. Good people will not step aside because they're afraid of allegations. Maybe a few will, but 100 more will step in to fill their place. That's not a problem. But you know how many people never share their allegations of sexual assault because of this kind of circumstance? Because they get told that they're victims of a situation, that they're being manipulated, and that the person they've attacked is too honest and forthright to be attacked in this way, that it could never have been them because their character is too unimpeachable. And then they have their life dragged through the mud, and they have to move houses, and they have to hire lawyers, and all for nothing in this case. It didn't end up coming to anything. So be it. I don't fault Senate Republicans. I really, truly appreciate what Senator Flake did after the hearing and coordinating with Chris Coons, the Democrat, in getting a week-long extension and getting an FBI investigation. I truly think that was an honorable move. And once the FBI investigation didn't uncover further proof for Dr. Ford's story, I understand that Senate Republicans had to vote for Kavanaugh's confirmation for the Supreme Court. I understand that that was the situation. But Senator Graham, don't make it like this. You never gave a single indication that you believed Dr. Ford. You said she was a victim of partisan politics of the Senate Democrats. Nothing more. What, do you believe she was assaulted at all? Do you believe she was mistaken? Do you believe she forgot the man who caused her years of trauma? It seems just as likely that Dr. Ford, who has just as unimpeachable a record as Judge Kavanaugh, should remember an incident like that as that Judge Kavanaugh should remember it. Why should he be more likely to remember correctly than she? Because he's on your side? Because he's a Republican? Or because the Democrats have a motive for revealing this late in the game? Maybe Feinstein actually wanted to protect Christina Blasey Ford. Maybe she actually realized the hell that this would be for everyone, Kavanaugh and Ford, and Senate Democrats and Senate Republicans, and said, you know what, it's not going to work. Republicans are going to push through either Kavanaugh or they're going to push through someone else. There's not enough time. Let's just leave the whole thing. Let's forget it. And then somebody leaks it. Not Feinstein, not anyone by her orders, just somebody. Somebody in the Democrats thought it's worth a chance. Well, they were wrong, based on this experience. But they did. Maybe that's Feinstein's real motive, is that she really wanted to just not drag anyone through the mud, not drag Ford through the mud. But you don't allow any chance for that. You don't even allow any chance that Ford could be telling the truth. You call her a victim. You call the Senate Democrats reprehensible in their actions. And you say that nothing that could be said in this hearing would change your vote, which is frankly appalling to me. What if the FBI investigation from Flake had uncovered something? What would you have done? Would you have denied it? Or would you have walked back? Women and men who are victims of sexual assault deserve better than that. They deserve to be believed. They deserve to be honored. They deserve to be protected now and in the future. And if we don't start by giving them justice when they come forward, they will not be protected.